Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, D Skin Beauty, and today I'm coming back with another story time for you guys. But let me just say this, from age 6, 7, 8 to age 15, I definitely had a phase that most people have probably, but my phase, I had that kind of phase where I thought I could do whatever I wanted. I thought I was grown. So most of my story time are about that time period and that age period. So anyways, today's story time is going to be about the time my flat ass got whooped in front of the whole school in Africa. Let me just tell you, it was not a pretty day for me. So this was a week-long kind of thing, right? So I knew I had, let's say I had a test. Yeah, I had a test on Wednesday that day, that week. And the way it works is Monday's a regular day, Tuesday's a regular day, Wednesday, if you're in a certain grade, which is like 4th grade, then you come to school, you cook, then you take a test, the teacher tastes your food, and after they taste your food, that's basically part of your grade for the day. Then you just clean up, you go home. So we have a half day every Wednesday. Then Thursday we leave school at 1. Then Friday we clean and everything like that. And those were also result days when they tell you like what you got on your test and everything. Monday, my teacher hand me a book and tell me, make sure you study this. I'm like, okay, yeah, Mr. Toby, let's just say. I'm like, yeah, I got it, and I go home, I'm going to study. The bell rings to go home. I run in other direction, leave my, because usually after school we like to go to, like, there was like a stream, and we like to like take off our clothes and like swim and play and everything like that, then go home and get woke because we come home from school late. So I went there with a whole bunch of people, and basically I forget the book there. First of all, I forget the book, and I forget, like, it was like a study guide kind of packet, so I forget that too. And the way it also worked is before you take the test, you had to give that study guide, and they only give one. That teacher, he was so strict. Like, he gives you one. You cannot come back and ask. Like, this is not like America where you can come back and be like, oh, I lost my study guide. No, he will give you one, and that one is, you sit there while he writes it on the board, you write it down yourself, and then he erases it. Like, sometimes he'll give you 10 minutes, 5 minutes. If you're not done writing it down, like during those time 5-year period, he would erase it. It's your problem. Copy off somebody. But that happened. I lost it and everything, so I'm still in that I don't care mode, and I got this, I'm gonna pass the test or whatever. Skip over to Wednesday. So it was a cooking day, right? I forgot to tell my mom what I wanted to cook, so she was just like, I'm not helping you buy anything, so basically do what you have to do. I go up the hill to somebody's house. She had like corn and everything like that, so I stole a couple corns and like prunes and stuff like that. Then I go to school and I just boil it with corn, and then that was my grade. So after the cooking one was the test. Hey gosh. The teacher, he looks at me because I'm over here shaking. I don't even know what to do. And he asked me, where's your packet? I start scratching my head. I'm just like, I'll bring it tomorrow. I forgot it at home and everything. I put every excuse in the book on why I did not bring the book or the paper. So he's like, okay, tomorrow. I'm like, okay. Sits down for the test. My mind is blank. Like, I'm over here like, this is the test. I'm over here like trying to pick over at somebody to see if they have the answer, and they like cover it up. I'm like, man, what am I gonna do? Oh my God, that day was so, like, I don't even know what was wrong with me. Like, I was blank. I just wrote whatever. I went ahead and I handed it to him. He didn't look at it. He just looked at me and chuckled. I'm like, oh gosh, I'm finished, yo. I go back and my friends are like, oh, how do you think you did? I'm like, oh, I did great. I studied. I stayed up all night for this. Oh my gosh, I'm about to get the best grade. Then they're like, okay, do you want to skip school? Like, do you want to skip school the next day, which will be Thursday? I'm like, yeah, I passed this test. I'm not worried. Let's go do something. Thursday morning, I get dressed, I do my house chores, I eat my breakfast, I have my bread and chocolate in my bag. Then instead of going, school direction is this way. Instead of going this way, I go this way with my friends. Then they have this little pond that a man owned, and basically he had like fish and different stuff in it, where on Sunday he will like go sell the fish in a small community market. We knew exactly what time this man got up in the morning, so we took one of my friend's shoe, put a hole through it, took her shoelace, tied the shoe through it, put some worms. Then we tried to fish because we didn't have the fish net and like the fishing tools and everything. We got 2 small fish, right? Then we heard him coming down the hill, so we ran through the bushes. We had scratch all over. Then her mom wasn't home, so we cooked. We went to steal more stuff off people's farm. We cooked that day and acted like we did not have school. Then it was time to go home. I go home, my mom's like, "How is school?" I'm like, "Oh, it was great, it was fine." She was like, "How did you do on that test yesterday?" I'm like, "Oh, I did really good. The test came in today, I passed." I'm like, "I passed and everything." So she's like, "Oh, okay, good job, I'm proud of you. Go watch this and do your homework." I'm like, "Okay, we don't have homework." She's like, "Okay, go read." I'm like, "Okay." The next day, I don't know what was wrong with me. We had school uniforms, right? We had school uniforms. You had to tuck it in. Girls' nails couldn't be dirty. Your hair had to be like cut. But if your hair is not cut and then you had like long braids, you had to have it in a bun. Not like a bun, like a ponytail type back. Your socks couldn't show. Everything had to be proper. I don't know what went through my head that day. I let my braids down. I wore earrings to school. I put lipstick on. Half of my shirt, my uniform, I took it out and I left it hanging. We go, and then in the morning we have an assembly outside where we sing, we march and whatever. Then they go around checking, and that's when they would say, "Oh, if you pass your test or if you fail." We get in line. This is like different like grade levels and everything. So my grade level was in the middle, and that's where like the principal and stuff were on the stage, and they could see everybody in the middle, right? So I could see my teacher, he's eyeing me down, like, and as soon as I noticed him eyeing me down, I started tying up everything. Like, I'm over here trying to tie my hair, trying to take off the earring. I wasn't feeling bad anymore. I was done. I was so scared. Like, I took off my earring. I tried to like wipe off the lipstick I had on. I tried to like tuck in my pants. He's like, "Come here." I'm like, "Oh gosh." I come. I'm over here shaking. I'm still trying to tie everything. He's like, "Do not touch it." I'm like, "Gosh." And then he's like, "Where were you yesterday?" I'm like, I was sick." Like, "You were sick?" Everybody who skipped school that day, he called them, got on stage. Way before he even spoke to one of my friends, she started bawling out, crying, and told everything. Like, "Oh, teacher, we went to skip, then we went to steal and Mr. Obi's farm. We went to do this." I'm like, "Who asked you now?" Jesus, like, who asked you? So she started confessing, crying, "Please don't call my mom." Then he let her off because obviously she told the truth. Then he turned back to me. Like, "What do you think you got on your grade?" Hey, gosh. And I couldn't even speak English or French. I couldn't speak. I was just scratching my head, like playing with my hands, like just bawling out, crying too. I was done, like, basically. And he told 3 boys, 3 upper class boys, to come up stage. I already knew I was finished. Mind you, that day I was smart. At least I thought I was smart. I put like boxes and stuff and like writing stuff under my shorts, so like when the teacher whips you and stuff, you wouldn't feel it. That's a little trick that everybody used to do. but I put extra, extra. I went from flat ass to Nicki Minaj ass. Like, that's how extra I went. So, it was 4 dudes. 2 dudes were holding me from that side. The other dude was holding me from the other side. Then he took like one of the big cable cord. He started whooping me like 1 time, 2 times. The second time he stopped. I'm like, hey gosh, maybe it's my day. Maybe he's gonna stop and just let me go. He tells me, get up. Whatever you have behind you, take it off. Hey gosh. As soon as he said that, I saw my whole life flash. Just flash before me. I could just see stars and just people just coming to call me over to the other side. I was done. I'm over here crying, taking it off, and people are like, oh. I'm taking another off. People are like, hey, gosh, she's finished. I take another one. People are just there feeling sorry for me. He said, since you're trying to trick me, every single one of these 4 boys that you see here, they will whoop you 5 times each. Hey gosh. And he said, on the test, it was out of 20. If you get 20, you get like basically it's like an A. I got a 1. 1 out of 20. So he had to whoop me 19 times for failing the test. 3 times for losing his book. 4 times for losing the notes. Then they each, 4 of them, had to whoop me 5 times. I'm over here, I'm over here shaking. He whoops me, he started whooping me. I'm over here like flying through the directions. Like I was red. I'm dark skinned and I was bright red. Oh my gosh. As soon as he finished, he gave the cable cord to one of the dudes. We called it the Black Mamba, basically. That's what we called the cord in school. He gives the Black Mamba to one of the boys. The one of the boys just felt sorry for me. He's like, we can't do it, Sa. We just can't. Like, we feel sorry for her. Let her go. He said, okay. We go to class. I'm still bawling. I swear, I cried the whole day. Like, I had bumps all over. I was so bruised up. And then at lunch, I thought I was over. At lunch, he made me kneel down with my hands feeling this, like standing this way. Then he put something on them. Lunch was like an hour, and I had to stay there the whole hour like that. Blink, you get another whooping. Turn around to face your friend, you get another whooping. Your friend trying to put food in your mouth, you get another whooping. It's recess. Try to take money out of your pocket to give to your friend to go buy you food. You get another whooping. You're standing here, you're kneeling down with the hand like this. He has stuff right here, so basically if you're in pain, you're sweating. He has his chair right in front of you and reading the whole lunch period. Then I was like, okay, so when school was over, I was like, okay, maybe my mom hasn't heard about it. I thought she would never find out about it. So I'm on my way home just like feeling like a thug, you know, yeah, I just got beat by the teacher. I'm fine. And people are like, oh, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. I was fake crying. All of that was fake. I got this. No, the teacher didn't even do anything. Hey, the way I was walking, it's like I had diarrhea. Like, I was in so much pain. That's how much of just, that's what he did to me, basically. Like, I was in so much pain, but I was still here trying to act so hard. By, like, lying to people, telling them I was fine. Like, that was nothing. Like, oh, I got so much worse before. The whole time I'm over here, I can barely even walk. Then every time, like, when we're walking home, we'll try to play. My friend would try to, like, hit my arm. I'm like, Ash, ooh, no, not this arm, not this arm. They're like, oh, I thought you said you were fine. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. It's just the night before I broke my arms at home. That's why. But other than that, the whooping that I just got, I'm totally fine. I'm like, okay, We walk, we get home. And the way my house was set up, it was like a big gate. When you open the gate, there's like different apartment studios. I'm opening the gate, just hoping my mom hasn't found out about it. I see my mom. She's outside washing clothes. So I come and like, hello mom, da 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 da. I look down. The black mamba of the house, the cable cord, she had it right down there. Like, where were you yesterday? I'm like, oh gosh. Hey gosh. I'm just over here like, I was at school, da 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 da. She's like, oh, okay. Your teacher called me. As soon as she said that, I fell. So after that, I didn't even bother getting back up. Like, I just laid there and just got ready for the second whooping of the day. But that was another story time of mine. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I have many more story time coming for you guys. So if you like this, like, comment, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.